All right, hello and welcome, baseball fans, to All City Stadium. I'm Hunter Worley alongside Caden Clario. The game has begun. We will get to that in a second. First, we just wanted to apologize. We have some technical difficulties right now, so we are working on getting the video portion of our broadcast up and working. But for now, Cade and I are going to bring things to you from the audio perspective. And Cade, Tyler Mejia, the left-handed freshman on the mound, he's in a 1-2 count to leadoff hitter Tyler Robinson. So we have a lot to talk about, and due to our technical difficulties, we'll be doing that throughout the game now, but Robinson grounds one to Aiden Smith, and the speedy Robinson is retired at first for the first out of the game.
Yeah, good start for Tyler. Getting that first out under his belt always feels good, especially being a freshman in this high-pressure game.
So it's now going to be Bryce Martinez digging in. Tyler Mejia coming into this game 5-0 with a 3.32 ERA. He has 9 appearances. He's been pitching pretty well for the Golden Eagles this year as a freshman. This ball's driven into right center field, hit well. This ball's got a chance, and this ball's off the top of the wall. Fielded by Clay Burke. He's going to get it in, and stopping at second with a double is Bryce Martinez. On the first pitch Martinez sees, he drives into the right center field gap, and that's a good start for the Bruins. They now have a runner in scoring position with only 1 out. Tyler Mejia has thrown 31 2/3 innings, has allowed 30 hits, 15 runs. All 15 of those were earned, 14 walks, and 29 strikeouts. Now digging in is the left-handed first baseman Jack Moss, big 3-hole hitter. Well, how's Moss been hitting this year, Cade?
Yeah, very good hitter out of that 3-hole spot. Above 500 with a 505 average. 1 home run and 13 doubles, which is 13 of the team's 52, and 30 RBIs. So a good hitter out of that 3 spot.
Yeah, definitely brings a lot of production to this Creek lineup, and that pitch freezes Moss and is in there for a strike. Count now even at 1. Again, we are trying to get that video up for you. We do apologize for the technical difficulties on our side of the broadcast. Tyler Mejia, we'll talk about his last start in the postseason here in a little while, but the 1-1 delivery is in the dirt. McGill knocks it down and stopping. Not advancing on that throw is Martinez, but last time that Mejia went out on the mound, he actually unfortunately took the loss, and that's how the Golden Eagles fell in the postseason. Tyler struggled a little bit in his last start, but eager and I'm sure ready to get back out there as the freshman trying to prove himself in his first ever state tournament appearance, and just looking to put his team in a good position to win today. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count to Moss, in the pitch. In the dirt again, 3-1. Mejia having a hard time finding the strike zone to Moss.
Yeah, and Moss would like to get his team on the board first. Huge game to get a lead in, try and get Mejia not in a comfortable spot.
Yeah, we were going to talk about some keys to the game, and one of them was for Cherry Creek was to score first, especially against a freshman like Mejia's. This ball's grounded to Zachem, fields it behind the bag, takes it himself, and advancing to third is Martinez on the play. However, with 2 outs now, Mejia is only 1 out away from getting out of the inning.
Yeah, nice job by John Zachem. Kind of fielded it on a long hop, made sure he kept it in front of him and able to run to the base and get that second out.
Left fielder number 19, Sam Schroeder, now digging in with 2 outs and a runner on third base. How's Sam been doing at the plate so far?
He's had a 351 average, so solid hitter out of the 4-hole, good contact. No home runs, so not a ton of power for the 4-hole, but has 7 doubles and 17 RBIs.
Looking to get that 18th RBI, and as you said, get Creek on the board early as Mejia's second pitch runs high, and it's now 2 balls and no strikes. So again, we apologize for the technical difficulties. We're doing everything we can to get our broadcast to cooperate, but there's only so much that we can do as that ball's fouled back, and the count is now 2-1. Mejia controlling the pace of the game, moving quickly. 2 balls, 1 strike. His leg kick and the pitch is fouled back again. Count now even at 2. Well, Mejia didn't have as much command as he would have liked of his off-speed pitches in his last start, and that's really what I think came back to hurt him. And I think if he has the ability to control those pitches in this outing, I think he'll get a very different result. Bryce Martinez, the shortstop for the Bruins, running from third base with 2 outs. The hitter is Sam Schroeder, the 4-hole, in an even 2-2 count. Mejia gets the sign he wants and the pitch. Swung on and missed, and Tyler Mejia gets out of the first inning with no damage done. The Mountain Vista Golden Eagles will come up to the plate here for their first look at Cherry Creek starter Nolan Livesey. But Tyler Mejia allows 1 hit, no runs on 1 hit, and no errors for the Golden Eagle defense. Due up for the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles is Drew Stahl, Grant McGill, and Sam Ireland. Well, Cade, I think now that we have a second to kind of talk, I think we could maybe mention how each of the teams got here. So if you want to talk about the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, so Vista riding that 26-3 record, won all games in league this year. Their road to the playoffs to get to this spot, they beat Rocky Mountain 5-0 the first day, and then later lost that day to Grandview 7-6. Then had to wait a week and played Chaparral and beat them 9-0, and then yesterday they beat Regis 5-0 to get to this point. And the last time they played Cherry Creek, they won 15-2. And Ireland threw a complete game and had 5 strikeouts. And Drew Stahl and Grant McGill had 4 RBIs, and Ireland with 3 to go along with 14 hits in that game. So what about Creek?
So the Cherry Creek Bruins are riding a 22-7 record. They're 12-2 in league this year, and their postseason road has been a little bit different from the Golden Eagles. They beat Heritage 5-1. They lost to Regis 6-3, who winner of this game will play the Regis Jesuit Raiders in the state championship game. So both teams lost, the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles have beat Regis twice this season, but the Bruins weren't able to do so in the postseason, losing 6-3. Then they beat the Rocky Mountain Lobos 8-7, beat Grandview Wolves yesterday 8-3, and as Kate said last time these two teams faced off, Mountain Vista won by 13 runs in a very non-competitive contest. So we'll see what the Golden Eagles can do with their first look here. On the mound for the Cherry Creek Bruins is Nolan Livesey, Livesey, also, like his counterpart, a southpaw, so the left-handed pitchers facing off here at All City Field.
Yeah, that should be good for Mountain Vista, an all-righty lineup. It's exactly what the Golden Eagles want.
First pitch to Drew Stahl is taken in there for a strike. Well, Drew Stahl has 3 home runs in 4 postseason games in the state tournament this year. He's been red hot at the plate. A lot of power in that leadoff spot for the Golden Eagles. The pitch to Stahl is taken down and in, count even at 1 now.
So a little on Livesey, coming in with a 5.41 ERA with a 3-1 record in 11 appearances, and has thrown the second most amount of innings on this team with 42 innings.
And that pitch by Drew is lined to right by Drew Stahl, but not moving over much is Adolph, and he's going to put it away. So Drew Stahl lines out to the right fielder, and that is how the Golden Eagles offensive day gets started. Now digging in is catcher Grant McGill. McGill been one of the better hitters on this Golden Eagles team.
Yeah, riding that 479 batting average, tied with the second most on the team with 5 home runs, 8 doubles, and 39 RBIs.
Very reliable in the 2-hole as McGill flies one, falling quickly, and Adolph is going to have to play it on a bounce. McGill going to try and take second on the floater down the right field line, and Grant McGill is in. So both teams with a 1-out double from their 2-hole hitters, and the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles now have a runner in scoring position. And coming into courtesy run for Grant McGill is the very speedy senior Patrick Holton.
Yeah, and now Sam Ireland steps up with a runner in scoring position as he has 35 RBIs on the season and batting a 427 average, so someone you definitely want at the plate.
Yeah, what a player Sam Ireland has been for the Golden Eagles, not only this year but last year. The last 2 seasons for his high school career have definitely been memorable seasons and almost historic. He threw 2 no-hitters last season, and Sam Ireland just dominated at the plate as well as on the mound. Threw a complete game shutout yesterday to get the Golden Eagles to this game. First pitch he sees goes down the right field line foul, but Sam Ireland, definitely the kind of guy that you want to have on your team. One of the best players in the state of Colorado for sure. He sits in an 0-1 count. Holton running from second. Middle infield keeping him close on the bag. Livesey takes too much time to get the sign, and Ireland calls time. Steps out. Rubs up the batting gloves. Digs back in. Is set, and now we're ready to go. Livesey comes set at the numbers. gives Patrick Holton a look in the pitch, and it's lined foul down the right field line. No balls, 2 strikes to Ireland. Ireland, the designated hitter today, after his long outing on the mound yesterday, threw near 100 pitches and was able to get the complete game shutout.
Yeah, and all Ireland's looking for here is just a base hit with Patrick Holton running.
Pitch, and it's grounded to the right side. This is going to get through into right field. They're going to wave in Holton. Adolph is going to come up throwing, and the throw is going to be not in time. And Sam Ireland driving in an RBI early here, and the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles take a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Sam Ireland wanted to do. Got a pitch outside, just punched it through first baseman and second baseman, and like we said, speedy Patrick Holton on the base is able to score with ease.
Great hitting there by Ireland, not trying to do too much. Knows he just needs a base hit, and as you said, just poke that ball into right field. Now John Zackham, who had quite the day at the plate yesterday, hit a 3-run bomb and an RBI single. Had 4 of the 5 Golden Eagle RBIs. Fouls the first pitch he sees back off, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, John's been a consistent hitter all year for the Golden Eagles with a .443 average and 5 home runs with 26 RBIs out of the 4-hole.
A lot of power in that spot. The pitch is down low for a ball, 1-1. Well, Cade, another thing that we were going to talk about earlier, but unfortunately our broadcast wasn't cooperating with us, is a key for the Cherry Creek Bruins, is going to be to contain those first 4 hitters of the Golden Eagles. They produce so many runs for this team, and as Zackham swings through that pitch. If the Bruins can contain those first 4 hitters, they're going to put themselves in a good position to win. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Zackham, the big right-handed hitter, with his hands high. And the pitch is upstairs for ball 2. Count now even, 2-2. Ireland running from first. Ireland not really a threat in the speed department over there at first base, but nonetheless, Livesey's got to keep an eye on him.
Yeah, Ireland does have 10 stolen bases on the year.
Well, there he goes, and the pitch is swung on and fouled. Unable to hold on to that one is Lippett, so Ireland will have to head back. And right as I was talking about Ireland not being a threat on the base paths, he decided to take off and try and steal second. Well, scoring first for the Golden Eagles is huge, especially with the freshman and Tyler Mejia on the mound. He now has a run to work with, and hopefully the Golden Eagles can continue to tack on some runs. The pitch, outside, 3 balls, 2 strikes, a full count.
Yeah, give Tyler as much breathing room as you can, insurance runs for him to work with, and protect the lead, because that was one of our keys for the game, is the young arms that will pitch today.
Well, Mejia been very good all season, but a freshman in the state tournament is just difficult. As Zackham lines a base hit into center field, Ireland was moving on the pitch, and he's going to head to third. Sam Ireland's going to head to third, and the throw is cut off by shortstop Martinez. John Zackham with a single, and the Golden Eagles now have runners on the corners with only 1 out.
Good piece of hitting by John Zackham. Wasn't sure if that was a hit and run put on, but perfectly executed. Sam Ireland able to go first and third on the base hit to center field.
And now with Zackham at first, we're going to see what the Golden Eagles want to do with runners on the corners and 1 out. See if they send Zackham. Zackham not a threat in the speed department necessarily, but Clay Burke now digging in, the 5-hole hitter, right fielder for the Golden Eagles, and he swings through the first pitch.
Yeah, and another power hitter up to bat for the Golden Eagles. Clay Burke's been one of the better hitters on the team, .368 average with 4 home runs and 21 RBIs.
A lot of power from Clay, definitely, and pitch to him. He's going to be taken in there for a strike. Clay had a tough day at the plate yesterday, looking to recover and rebound from that. What a spot to do it here. Doesn't even necessarily need a base hit. Sacrifice fly. Golden Eagles definitely take, and the pitch is fouled back. Nice piece of hitting by Burke, able to just foul off that tough pitch. Again, we apologize for the lack of video. We are trying to do all that we can in order to get that video up for you. We have Blaze Shower, our tech guy, working on it right now, but unable to figure out what the problem is. So for now, Cade and I will bring you the audio side of the broadcast. No balls, 2 strikes. Clay Burke, the big right-handed hitter. Livesey's pitch is fouled back again.
Yeah, Vista hopes to get a high pitch count here. Try to get him out as early as possible.
Pitch in the dirt, ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Well, Kate, as you were saying, going along with that, both teams are relatively short on pitching, and that's why scoring runs is going to be such a huge thing in this game. It might become a slugfest, and due to the lack of ability to have everybody throw that they would maybe want to have out there, both teams are going to really have to produce at the plate today. Burke takes high, and it's now 2-2. Ireland running from third, Zackham running from first. 1 out. Golden Eagles have already put a run on the board. It's 1-0. And the pitch is taken inside, and the count is now full. That pitch count is really getting high for Nolan Livesey.
Yeah, and this has been a great at bat by Clay Burke, down 0-2 and able to fight it back all the way, or come all the way back to make it 3-2.
Yeah, fouled off some tough pitches, but now sits in a full count. And the pitch, Clay Burke fouls it off again. Well, this is what you want to see from your 5-hole hitter, especially in the situation he's in. The ability to just foul off tough pitches and have a lengthy at bat really also allows Tyler Mejia to get some rest over there on the bench, who will now come out with the lead next time he comes out to pitch. And the pitch to Burke is down low, and he walks. What an at-bat by Clay Burke.
Yeah, great at bat. Like we said, able to work it all the way back. Fought off a couple tough pitches, and now you have bases loaded with Alessandro Aragon, who hasn't had the best season, batting .214 with only 1 home run and 11 RBIs, but it's the playoffs. Anything can happen.
Well, he was a key piece in that state championship last year, and what a spot Alessandro Aragon is in right now. And he's going to take inside. Livesey having a hard time finding that strike zone now. Well, I mean, having something like that happen where you have a 8 or 9 pitch at bat and then end up walking the batter as Moss, the first baseman, going to go have a chat with his pitcher, but that can be pretty demoralizing and deflating for a pitcher to have an at bat that competitive and lengthy and then be up 0-2 and lose him to a walk. That can really get in the head of a pitcher, so we'll see how Livesey reacts in this situation. Still only 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning. With 1 out and the bases loaded, it's Alessandro Aragon, who's going to ground one to the shortstop. Martinez on one hop fields it, throws, and a double play for the Cherry Creek Bruins. Martinez to Perla to Moss, and just like that, the Creek Bruins are out of the inning. But the Golden Eagles score 1 run on the Sam Ireland RBI single after the Grant McGill double. But the Golden Eagles leave them loaded here in the bottom of the first inning, and Tyler Mejia coming back out onto the mound with a 1-run lead.
Yeah, and that's not the at-bat Alessandro wanted. It's one thing that couldn't have happened, and it happened. Bases loaded, 1 out, and grounds into a double play. You at least wanted one, maybe 2 runs there.
Tough break for the Golden Eagles, but now, as I said, Mejia pitching with the lead, and he'll face the 5, 6, 7 hitters for the Cherry Creek Bruins. It's going to be Nathan Mitchell, the DH, Alec Adolph, and Clay Cutter. DH, right fielder, and third baseman due up. Well, Nathan Mitchell, Cade, is actually the Cherry Creek ace as well as their DH today, but he threw yesterday through 107 pitches through 6 2/3 innings against the Grandview Wolves, unable to get that complete game. However, he did carry his team on his back to this game, so both teams really here because of their starting pitching yesterday. It was Ireland and Mitchell for both teams that allowed them to be playing in this game. However, Mitchell going to see what he can do with the bat now. It's a new day at the ballpark. Anything could happen, and Nathan Mitchell going to dig in for his first look at freshman southpaw Tyler Mejia. Mejia in the windup, get the sign he wants from Grant McGill. Has the one he wants, the leg kick in the pitch. First pitch is swung on and missed by Nathan Mitchell. Heater thrown right by him that time.
Yeah, Nathan Mitchell's a good hitter for being a pitcher. 384 average with a couple bombs and 23 RBIs to go along with it.
Pitch runs low. It's now 1 ball, 1 strike. Tyler Mejia's 1-1 delivery is grounded, and Matt Klein is going to make a play, spin throw, and nice pick over at first by John Zackham. And a nice play all the way around there by the Golden Eagles. Nice play moving to his left from Matt Klein, and a nice dig over there at first base by John Zackham. And that's the first out of the inning. Alec Adolph will now dig in for his first look at Mejia.
Yeah, and the second key of the game for Mountain Vista was to play a clean game on defense. And Matt Klein able to make a nice play, and John Zackham an even better pick. Not letting Cherry Creek have any free base runners.
And Mejia's first pitch is an off-speed pitch that runs wide of the strike zone. It's 1 ball, no strikes to Alec Adolph, the right fielder. Adolph hitting from the left side, so lefty-lefty matchup favoring Mejia. It's now 2-0.
Yeah, Alec Adolph, a strong 6-hole batter with a .338 average, couple home runs, and 20 RBIs. So someone you want towards the bottom of your lineup.
Yeah, he allows this Creek lineup to be pretty well-rounded, as are the Golden Eagles. And he's going to cue one into left field for a base hit. Adolph might turn and look at second base, but Alessandro Aragon able to get it in time. And Adolph is going to hold it first with a 1-out single. So both base runners so far for the Bruins have come with 1 out. And now Clay Cutter, the third baseman, the right-handed hitter, going to dig in.
Yeah, Clay Cutter, another strong hitter low towards the bottom of this lineup for Cherry Creek with a .389 batting average, 23 RBIs, and 5 doubles.
Mejia, the left-hander, going to keep those Bruins close at first base as his first pitch to Cutter is in there for a strike. Got to take a one-way lead over there at first with the left-handed pitcher in Mejia on the mound. Zackham holding Adolph on at first. And a foul ball is going to make the count 0 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Adolph not a guy that'll run on you, but does have 2 stolen bases on the year. So you don't have to worry about him as much.
Mejia and then ahead 0-2 in the pitch, and it goes to the backstop. And Grant McGill going to have to hurry back before Adolph can try and take third. So a mistake there, and it's going to be a wild pitch from Tyler Mejia. And Clay Cutter now hitting with 1 out and a runner on second base. Clay Cutter still down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Smith holding Adolph on at second. And the pitch from Mejia in the dirt, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Not a bad pitch there by Mejia, had 1 to waste, and he did. Now at 2-2, he does have an open base to work with at first. Doesn't have to go right at Cutter if he doesn't want to. So Adolph running from second. Mejia's going to try and back pick him, and Smith was at the bag, but Adolph able to get back in time. Two balls, 2 strikes, the count to the third baseman, who grounds one up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit. They're going to hold Adolph at third. Zach Hoff comes up throwing, and the Creek Bruins now have runners on the corners and only 1 out.
Yeah, now you have a really good hitter in Perla. 508 average with 3 triples and 23 RBIs. Looking to tie this game up and get Tyler a little frustrated.
Well, Cade, Perla has 9 stolen bases on the year, so he does have some speed. He has a little bit of a threat in the speed department, so Golden Eagles are going to have to be careful watching maybe a squeeze play, but Perla doesn't square off to bunt on that pitch, and he takes a strike. It's now 0-1. Mejia set at the chest. Leg kick, and he's going to throw over and nearly picked off Clay Cutter, but he was able to crawl back in time. Nice move there by Mejia. So Tyler trying to work through a little bit of trouble here in the second inning. Golden Eagles with that 1-run lead. And he's going to throw over again. Cutter gets back in time. And we were trying to get some video for you here. Tech guy Blaze Shower again trying to work on that, and that pitch is fouled off. So we're doing our best. It might not look very pretty right now, but we're working on getting that video for you.
2-0 Luther, top of 2.
So hopefully you are able to see that video now. And Mejia ahead 0-2. Again, Blaze Shower trying to work on that for you guys at home, all watching. Our camera appeared to stop working this morning for whatever reason, but that's not going to stop us from getting this broadcast off. And that ball's lined foul down the right field line. No balls, 2 strikes. Remains the count. Excuse me. Mejia wears number 14. Wears the high pants, the left-handed pitcher again, freshman. Very good on the mound for the Golden Eagles in the regular season. Doing all that he can to ensure the Golden Eagles advance to the state's championship game. Grounded to Matt Klein. Matt Klein, Aiden Smith. Smith gets taken out at
Really quick.
2 outs and nobody on. Cut the Mountain Vista Golden Eagle offense. The freshman. Moss, the 3-hole hitter, grounded out to Aiden Smith to end the inning. As Grant McGill now digs in, and he's going to pop it up on a 1-2 count to Adolph, the right fielder, and he is now retired. So the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles in the bottom of the third now have 2 outs and nobody on base as John Zackham, who's 1 for 1, steps up to the plate. Mejia throwing the ball well in the top of the third for the Golden Eagles. Had a couple pitches get away from him, but didn't let it affect him and was able to get out of the inning again with no damage done. Zackham digging in the pitch. Ireland, excuse me. Sam Ireland, the hitter. Flies one to right field, Adolph camping, and he's going to make the catch for a quick 1-2-3 inning. So Stahl, McGill, and Ireland go down in order. Stahl singled but got caught stealing. McGill flew out to right field, and as did Ireland. Mejia now coming out for his 4th inning of work, protecting a 1-run lead, and the Mountain Vista Golden Eagle defense will head back onto the field.
Yeah, and Tyler Mejia has looked sharp. He's given up at least like a 1 hit per inning, it seems like, but able to settle down and get either a ground out or a pop out and able to get out of an inning. And he looks to do the same thing here.
Yeah, he flirted with disaster in the 2nd inning. Had runners on the corners and nobody out. With only a 1-run lead, and balls were getting hit pretty hard, but he was able to get out of that inning. He's allowed 4 hits over 3 innings and will now dig in for his 4th inning of work. Mejia not letting the stage affect him right now. Semi-final game in the state championship tournament. Gives Grant McGill the head nod. He's ready to go. This will be his last warm-up pitch before McGill throws down. And the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles now looking to shut down the Bruins here in the top of the 4th. It's going to be Sam Schroeder, Nathan Mitchell, and Alec Adolph. The left fielder, designated hitter, and right fielder due up. 4, 5, and 6, the heart of the order for the Bruins. Schroeder struck out swinging in his first at-bat. That ended the first. So his second look at Mejia comes here in the 4th inning. And the first pitch from Mejia to Schroeder is fouled off. So again, we're going to do our best to fix our broadcast. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mejia, the leg kick, the pitch. Upstairs, 2-1. Defense and outfield straight away for the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles. Mejia's pitch. Lined up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit. A leadoff single for Schroeder. Good piece of hitting there by Schroeder, not trying to do too much, just slapped it right back up the middle.
Yeah, and that's where he is as a 350 average towards the lower part of their order, and he's able to get a top 4 hole, and now has a good power hitter in Mitchell right behind him.
So Nathan Mitchell, who's 0 for 1, grounded out to Matt Klein in his first at-bat. Golden Eagles defense playing double play depth. And Mitchell's going to bunt. It's popped up. Mejia's going to make the catch. And a mistake there by Nathan Mitchell, unable to get the bunt down. Popped it right back up to Tyler Mejia, who was able to make the catch. And now with 1 out, Schroeder still running from first base. It's going to be the right fielder, Alec Adolph, who singled in his first at-bat and was stranded at third in the second inning. So he'll dig in with a runner on first and 1 down. Klein now playing back. And that pitch is in the dirt. Nice block there by McGill.
Yeah, we'll see if Adolph maybe tries to lay down a bunt, get the runner over to second. But he is a 338 average, so likely not.
He doesn't bunt. He lines one to deep center field. That ball is driven, and it's going to be off the wall. Zach Hoff going to try and get it in. They're going to wave in Schroeder. The throw, there will be no throw. Schroeder.
Yeah, it's hard to hit a ball over Zach Hoff's, the speedy Zach Hoff, and just short hop the fence, able to get an RBI, stand-up RBI double.
It's now going to be Clay Cutter, the third baseman, who is 1 for 1 with a single. He'll now hit with a runner at second base and 1 out. So Mejia trying to limit the damage to only the 1 run. Giving Adolph a look at second. Now goes to the plate, and that pitch is outside.
Yeah, we can only hope that this doesn't snowball on Tyler. Like you said, try and limit it to this 1 run.
The pitch from Mejia is fouled off. Now 1-1.
Yeah, Cutter looking for his 24th RBI on the season, which would come in a big way.
Only the top of the 4th inning, still a lot of game left, but Mejia, as we said, needs to limit the damage here to give his team a chance. And the pitch is lined foul down the right field line. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Big spot here, big strikeout situation for Mejia. If he could, he's ahead 1-2. If he could get a strikeout here on Cutter, that would help his cause immensely. The pitch is flied to right center field. Fairly deep but playable, and Burke is going to make the catch. Tagging and going to third is Adolph. The throw nearly got to Matt Klein in time. What a throw by Clay Burke out there in right field, but nonetheless, Adolph is able to advance to third. So now a base hit would guarantee to score him, and now maybe something such as a pass ball, he would also be able to score. So good base running there with 1 out by Adolph. Now 2 outs, and he will run from third. And Ben Perla, who grounded into a double play in his last at-bat, the second baseman will come to the plate.
Yeah, and that's what Cutter wanted to do at the very least, was get that runner to third base and give Perla a chance to get him in.
So 2 outs. Mejia, the lefty, working from the windup with a runner at third. Pitch outside for a ball, 1-0.
So we talked about how Tyler had that game versus Grandview, the second game of the playoffs. He gave up 3 runs on 7 hits, 3 strikeouts.
This ball's grounded. Drew Stahl is going to have to make a play in the hole. Strong throw across the diamond is in time. And nice play by Drew Stahl to keep this game tied. Tyler Mejia gets out of the inning with only 1 run allowed. The Cherry Creek Bruins score 1 run on 2 hits and leave 1 runner on. No errors by the Golden Eagle defense in this game. Through 3.5 innings is now tied at 1. Big play there by Stahl.
Yeah, big play, able to go to his backhand strong, and a strong throw from deep in the hole. Able to keep this game tied 1-1. And now Vista has middle of their order, 4, 5, 6 coming up. Want to get some more runs on Livesey here.
Well, Kate, who else would you want up in the postseason if you're the Golden Eagles other than John Zackham? He is a playoff machine. Seems as though every at-bat, even if he doesn't get a hit, he does something to help the cause of the Golden Eagle offense. We'll see what he can do leading off here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Hit that 3-run homer as we talked about earlier yesterday and had an RBI single, had 4 RBIs of the 5 Golden Eagle runs scored. He singled in his first at-bat, so he is 1 for 1 on the day. Had a nice at-bat, worked it to a full count, and then able to get that base hit. So we'll see if the Golden Eagles can take some good at-bats and get some hits, maybe some base runners here against Livesey. Golden Eagles have 4 hits, have scored 1 run. The Creek Bruins have scored 1 run on 6 hits. So Tyler Mejia giving up some hits, but only 1 run to show for it. And the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles have 1 run on 4 hits, as I said. Neither team has made an error yet in the game. Been a very clean defensive game for both teams. Some head-turning plays by the Golden Eagle defense in some high-pressure situations. And here comes John Zackham digging into the box for his second look at Livesey. Zackham takes high, and it's 1-0. As you said, the heart of the Golden Eagle order up now as Zackham in a 2-0 is ahead in the count, 2-0 now.
Yeah, John Zackham, the second best average on this Mountain Vista team.
Pitch is in there for a strike. Zackham not happy with the call. 2-0. That's a nice take, though. That pitch on the outside corner, and not a pitch Zackham is looking for in a 2-0 count. The 2-1 delivery is popped up. It's going to be in foul territory, and Moss moving over, and he will make the catch just in front of the Creek dugout, and there's 1 away. Zackham unhappy with himself after that pop out. 1 out and nobody on for Clay Burke, who walked in his first at bat. Had an 0-2 count, worked it back, had about a 10-11 pitch at bat, and was able to come back and walk in a big spot there for the Golden Eagles.
Yeah. Vista wants to get something started here any way that it is. Be that via the walk or just a base hit.
So Burke takes a strike, and it's 0-1. That pitch is outside. Count even now at 1. Livesey controlling the pace now, moving a little bit quicker. As soon as that batter digs in, Livesey is ready to go. 1-1. Inside jammed Burke, moving over his cutter, throws across, and a nice play there to retire Clay Burke. 5-3 on the putout. Ball just got in on the hands of Clay Burke. A nice pitch there by Livesey, able to induce the ground ball. He has now retired the last 8 Golden Eagle hitters that he has faced. Alessandro Aragon, who grounded into a double play with the bases loaded in his first at-bat, digs in here. Takes a pitch on the outside corner for a strike.
Yeah, Livesey did struggle in that first inning, but has quickly settled down. Like you said, retired the last 8 Mountain Vista batters.
The pitch outside for a ball, 2-1. Well, the Golden Eagles, who are just a powerhouse team, really never feel that they're out of it, even in a tie game like this. They feel they are in control with the lineup they have and the players that they have, and that ball's grounded. And it takes a tough hop on Moss, who fields, and Alessandro Aragon appeared to watch it in the box. And so that ball was knocked down by Cutter, knocked it down and was able to make the play. And Cutter signaling over to John Zackham, and it appears they are exchanging words as Zackham heads onto the field. So not a lot of love from Creek to Mountain Vista right now. And John Zackham, frustrated with his plate appearance, exchanging words. Maybe something was said as Zackham was running over to first base, and Moss made that play, but Cutter appeared to maybe be taunting the Golden Eagle bench after he was able to knock down a hard hit ball and make the play. But nonetheless, it's tied 1-1 through 4 innings. Heading to the 5th, Livesey for the Creek Bruins has retired 9 consecutive Golden Eagle hitters, and Tyler Mejia digging in on the mound for his 5th inning of work here at All City Field. Shane Lippett, Tyler Robinson, and Bryce Martinez, the 9-1-2 hitters, due up for the Bruins. And we'll see what Mejia can do here. He has allowed a hit in every inning he's pitched, so looking to break that pattern right now and get the Golden Eagles back in the dugout as quickly as possible.
Yeah, Shane Lippett, the 9-hole hitter, not having a great season with only a 194 batting average and only 1 extra base hit and 9 RBIs.
Lippett grounded out to Klein his first at bat, and the first pitch he sees goes foul. So both pitchers, both southpaws going toe-to-toe here in an even 1-1 game in the top of the 5th inning. The pitch, outside corner, and it's going to be 0-2. Nice pitch there by Mejia. Tyler, controlling the pace, really wants to get going. As soon as Lippett stepped in, he was ready to fire, and it's down low for 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Mejia really moving quickly as he just looks ready to go on that rubber. Defense straight away for the Golden Eagles. Not much wind, a slight breeze moving that flag out in center field, and that pitch is down low, 2-2.
Yeah, Tyler with the quick pace, kind of looking like Sam Ireland last game. Wanted that quick pace as well.
Can help so much if the pitcher is locating strikes and just pounding that zone if he moves quickly, and that high off-speed pitch is tapped foul toward the Bruin dugout. But if the pitcher is finding the strike zone, and especially if he has his off-speed pitches working, that can be so devastating for hitters. And that pitch is fouled up and out over the box. Tyler Mejia looking to get out of the workout. The leadoff hitter, Shane Lippett, who takes a ball, and the count is now full. So it appears Evan McGill is up and throwing in the Golden Eagle bullpen, and this ball is hit to right field, but right at Clay Burke, and he's going to make the catch for the first out of the inning. Well, nice job there by Mejia. Was up 0-2. Lippett able to work it back to 3-2, but Mejia won the battle and got him to fly out to Clay Burke for the first out of the inning. Top of the order now, Tyler Robinson, the center fielder who wears number 6, bats from the left side for the Bruins. Lefty on lefty favors Mejia here. The pitch in there for a strike, off-speed pitch, gets Mejia ahead in the count. Well, it appears as the game goes on, he's having more and more control of that pitch, which is a very positive thing to see if you're the Golden Eagles. This pitch is tapped foul, and it's quickly 0-2. Robinson is 0 for 2, but reached. He struck out in the third, but it was a wild pitch that allowed him to advance to first on the drop third strike, and he grounded out in the first, so 0 for 2 against Mejia. Outside with that pitch in the dirt as Mejia wasted it, trying to get Robinson to chase that off-speed pitch down and out.
Yeah, good idea by Tyler.
Tyler Mejia's 1-2 delivery swung on and missed. The tag is applied by McGill, and there is the second out of the inning. So Tyler Mejia picks up his third strikeout, 2 of which have come against Robinson. And that's a big strikeout, Cade, because now there's 2 outs and nobody on for Bryce Martinez, who has hit 2 doubles in this game. He's 2 for 2 with 2 doubles against Mejia. So having him up with nobody on base is a very big very good spot for Mejia to be in. The pitch. Squares the bunt and pulls it back, but takes a backdoor curveball that caught the outside corner.
Yeah, Bryce Martinez has one of the higher batting averages on this team with a 406 batting average. Both 6 doubles and 6 triples.
And the pitch is fouled, and it hits Martinez in the box. It's quickly 0-2.
Yeah, all 3 batters that Mejia's faced this inning, he's gotten to an 0-2 count.
He has done so quickly. He's on that rubber ready to go, has to wait for Martinez to get in the box, and as soon as he steps in, Mejia starts his windup. The pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Well, Mejia doing a good job using some waste pitches here.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you don't want to give any of these Creek batters a nice 0-2 pitch that they can drive to opposite field.
The 1-2 delivery by Mejia is tapped foul. Kate, I was just going to say it appeared that Mejia gave Grant McGill a thumbs up, and him and McGill were talking after that pitch in the dirt. It appears that they were talking in the dugout about Mejia maybe getting on top of that off-speed pitch a little bit more, so it appears he has more control over it. He's a little more comfortable with that now, and that high fastball is taken, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, Bryce Martinez trying to slow down the pace of Tyler.
Can make it very tough on a hitter when you have to keep up with the pace of a pitcher who's throwing a lot of strikes, and it's a good job there by Martinez to control the pace of the game a little bit. They're going to appeal, and he did not swing, so it's going to be a full count. The off-speed pitch that was in the dirt, likely intentionally by Mejia. Nearly got Martinez to chase, but didn't, and the count is now full. So the second full count of the inning for Mejia, both of which have come after being ahead 0-2. The pitch from the freshman is tapped. Stahl going to play a high hop. He's going to have a strong throw across, and not in time. Drew Stahl maybe took an extra second to find a grip, and Bryce Martinez able to get an infield single out of it. And the speed from Martinez gets him his third hit of the day.
Yeah, very nice job by Martinez hustling down the line, even though it was a ground ball right to Drew Stahl. Not quite sure what happened to Drew, but unable to get it out in time, and Martinez able to get on with 2 outs.
It's going to be Jack Moss now who takes a strike. It's a lefty-on-lefty matchup, again favoring Mejia. Moss is 0 for 2, grounded out to Zachem and grounded out to Aiden Smith. So 2 ground outs both to the right side of the infield from the left-handed hitter. Mejia throws over to check on Martinez, who gets back.
Yeah, and Jack Moss has a very good batting average this year with a .505. So not someone Tyler Mejia wanted to face with a guy on base.
Well, not only is Martinez running from first, not only is Moss a power hitter at the plate, but they have the stolen base leader on the Cherry Creek Bruins at first base, Bryce Martinez, with 11 this season of the Bruins 51. However, Mejia ahead on Moss 0-2. And just a nice easy throw over to first to check on Martinez from Tyler.
And again, the 4th batter of this game, this inning, he's up 0-2 again. And this is where trust in the catcher, able to bury it, will come in place.
And that pitch is outside. McGill tried to frame it, but pitch was outside. Mejia a little upset with the call. It appears that Evan McGill has stopped throwing in the bullpen. He's likely up and ready to go. So we'll see what Coach Q decides to do with Mejia here in this semifinal elimination game. We're not sure Mejia's pitch count, but I'm sure it's got to be relatively high, given that he has allowed at least 1 hit in each inning that he has pitched, and that pitch goes outside. Nice job by McGill, and the count again even at 2. Well, big spot here from Mejia. Needs to get out of this inning, get his Golden Eagle team back in the dugout. It swung on and missed. McGill going to get it and throw to first in time to retire Jack Moss, who strikes out swinging to end the inning. And again, Mejia gets out of it with no damage done. The 4th time he's done that today. So the infield single by Bryce Martinez does not hurt the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles, and a lot of handshakes and high fives from Mejia in the dugout. We're going to see if he comes back out for the 6th inning or if they're going to bring out reliever Evan McGill. Should be interesting. It's going to be the bottom 3 due up for the Golden Eagles: senior Matt Klein, junior Aiden Smith, and senior Zach Hoff, who are all 0 for 1 so far in this game. All have grounded out to a different infielder. Livesey staying in the game, and as we go to the bottom of the 5th, we're getting into the last lengths of this game, and it's even at 1. We should have an exciting game here coming up in the end, Cade.
Yeah, for sure. Both pitchers have looked great. Both have been dominant. each pitcher hasn't really. They've allowed players on base, but they haven't allowed that extra hit that allows those runners to score. Or when they have a rough inning, they haven't had it extend. Been able to get out of it quickly, which has made this game so interesting and 1-1.
Yeah, well, Cade, you and I talked about the fact that both pitchers had used their ace yesterday, and we weren't sure how many arms they had left, how well they were going to do, but both pitchers proving that this is a pitcher's duel. We thought maybe it would be a little bit more of a slugfest, but only 2 runs scored through 4.5 innings of baseball, and the Golden Eagles look to get some hits and some base runners, potentially runs here in the home half of the 5th inning, and that'll open up with Matt Klein, the senior, who takes the first pitch down low for a ball. Straight away here for the Cherry Creek defense, is Klein. Taps one. Martinez deep in the hole, going to have to make a strong throw, and he does just that to retire Klein. Grounds out to the shortstop for the 2nd time in this game, and that is the 10th straight batter that Livesey has retired. Golden Eagles might have to try something different here with Smith, maybe try and lay down a bunt, try and find a way to get a base runner.
Yeah, try and get something going.
Cutter taking away that bunt opportunity by playing in on the grass, and that ball is fouled off out of play, 0-1.
Yeah, Livesey's just kind of in a rhythm right now, and Vista needs to find the way to get him off of it.
The 0-1 delivery, taken low, ball 1. Cherry Creek's outfield takes a couple steps in as Smith comes up to the plate, not really respecting the fact that he has a significant amount of doubles on this Golden Eagle team. Sitting in with 10 doubles, which is 2nd most on this Mountain Vista team behind Sam Ireland. The 2-1 is driven. A high pitch is crushed to left, and drifting back and making the catch is Schroeder, just shy of the warning track. Nice route there by Schroeder, able to get to that ball and track it down, but a nice piece of hitting by Smith. Hit it well, hit it right on the money, but just right at Schroeder.
Yeah, and we'll see what Hoff does here. Maybe lay down that bunt, like you said, try to get something different going.
Well, Zach Hoff, as we've said, so much speed, and Cutter now playing just short of the grass, which might not seem like a big deal, but with Hoff's speed, as this ball is hit back, Livesey tips it with his glove, and able to make the play. Behind him is Martinez. So Zach Hoff hit a ground ball that was tipped off the glove of Livesey, and able to make the play was Martinez. And the Golden Eagles yet again go down in order. That goes down as a 1-6-3 putout. And the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles are tied after 5 innings with the Cherry Creek Bruins.
And here is Evan McGill coming in for Tyler Mejia. Not sure why. Probably his pitch count may be up, but Evan McGill, strong pitcher for this team, with a .84 ERA in 10 appearances, and 3 of those via the save. 8 innings pitched, which is fourth most, on this team. Has allowed 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, so both runs being earned. 1 walk and 7 strikeouts.
Well, Cade, something we don't get to see a lot is Evan McGill, the sophomore, throwing to his brother, Grant McGill, So McGill getting to pitch to his brother, McGill. And as we were saying that Livesey has been in a rhythm, pitching well, he got out of that last inning with only 6 pitches thrown and has retired the last 12 Golden Eagle hitters that he has faced. So not what you want to see for the Mountain Vista offense, but with McGill coming in the 6th inning, that will put an end to Tyler Mejia's day. And honestly, from Coach Q and the entire Golden Eagle team's perspective, Tyler Mejia gave him a chance to win today. He pitched very well.
Yes, he did. Even though he had that rough game in Grandview, people are a little skeptical of how he would come out today, but he proved everyone wrong and what he'd been doing all year showed up today in a huge game.
Yeah, 5 great innings of baseball from me. He only allowed 1 earned run, and now McGill going to pitch. And that pitch is down and out for a ball. Sam Schroeder, the hitter, 1 for 2, struck out in the first and got a base hit in the 4th inning, is the only run scored by the Cherry Creek Bruins, and that pitch is up, 2 balls, no strikes. That Creek dugout is nice and loud. We can hear them all the way up from the booth. So it's going to be 4, 5, and 6 hitters, the heart of their order, due up. Schroeder, again, the left fielder, in a 2-0 count, takes inside 3-0, and McGill needs to find the zone here. Well, it is a tie game, and you just want to do everything you can to keep it that way. If you're the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles, give yourselves an opportunity as that pitch runs low. And a 4-pitch walk is not how McGill wanted to start his day.
No, not what you want. You never want to give a team free base runners. But unfortunately, that's how this inning's going to start. And Coach Q's going to call timeout and come talk to Evan.
So as Coach Q heads out to the mound, we're trying to get a look at the action in the bullpen, and it appears that it is senior number 19, Nick Engelhard, that is up and throwing in the pen. Might be Ben Cole, excuse me. It is Ben Cole. We are getting confirmation. Sorry, it's tough for us to see up here, but we saw the left-handed arm up and throwing, and we weren't sure which relief pitcher it was, but it is Ben Cole. Nonetheless, Mitchell, the designated hitter, who's 0 for 2, is up with a runner on first and only 1 out. Or no outs, excuse me, and that ball's spiked. Nice block there by Grant McGill.
So 5 straight, sorry to cut you off. 5 straight balls here for Evan McGill, which is not what Vista wants to see.
Not at all. The pitch from Evan is in there for a strike.
Yeah, Schroeder, not a big threat on the bases, does only have 2 stolen bases this year.
In Mitchell's last at bat, he popped a bunt back up to Mejia, who's able to make the play. He's going to swing away here, and it's a hit and run that's driven into the right center field gap. Hoff moving over is going to make the catch, and able to get back in time to first base is Nathan Mitchell. Or excuse me, Sam Schroeder is able to get back to first base on the flyout by Nathan Mitchell. And now Alec Adolph, who is 2 for 2 today, is going to dig in for his 3rd at-bat. The left-handed hitter had 2 hits against Tyler Mejia. One of them was an RBI double, so a single and an RBI double for Adolph in the 6th hole today. And Golden Eagle defense playing double play depth, and that pitch doesn't find the strike zone, and it's 1-0. McGill making it a little bit hard on himself right now and not throwing a lot of first pitch strikes and having to work from behind in counts. The pitch in there for a strike. Or excuse me, ball went wide. Umpire's gesture, it appeared that the ball was going to be a strike, but it was indeed low. So it's 2 balls and no strikes. Adolph, the right fielder, calls time and adjusts his batting glove. Only wears 1 batting glove on that right hand, his bottom hand, as he hits from the left side. McGill gives a look over to Schroeder. Schroeder goes, the pitch. McGill's throw, and he can't find a grip on the baseball, and that allows Sam Schroeder to steal his 3rd base of the season. And now the Cherry Creek Bruins have the go-ahead run in scoring position, and Alec Adolph is in a 3-0 count.
Yeah, Grant McGill had a good shot at getting him, but like you said, unable to get a grip on it.
Time is called by Grant McGill, granted by the home plate umpire. And they're going to intentionally walk Alec Adolph, which I was kind of expecting, if I'm being honest, in a situation where the Golden Eagles need a force out. You could either deal with Alec Adolph in a 3-0 count, who is 2 for 2 with an RBI double, or deal with Clay Cutter, who is 1 for 2 with a single. So they're going to take their chances with Cutter and runners on first and second. The Golden Eagles now have a force out, so that middle infield pinching to double play depth. Clay Cutter, the right-handed hitter, digging in. The pitch is in there for a strike. Oh, 1, McGill giving Schroeder a look at second. The pitch. Upstairs, ball 1. Close, but taken, and a ball. Schroeder running from second, Adolph running from first. Both batters reached via the walk. Again, Ben Cole up and throwing in that Golden Eagle bullpen in the pitch. And that's inside, 2-1. McGill just having to work from behind in the count a lot so far here in the 6th. Gets the sign he wants from, time is called, excuse me, by Cutter. So Evan looking into Grant. Evan adjusts his cap. Grant says something to Matt Klein, and a lot of noise from the Cherry Creek dugout. The pitch.
Hit him.
And a back pick by, what a play there by Grant McGill, and it appears, hold on, we have a lot of chaos on the field right now. So what happened is Cutter moved as if the pitch hit him, and the home plate umpire said no, so Grant McGill had a snap throw down to John Zackham, who put the tag down on Adolph, but they're saying that Adolph is not out, and the Golden Eagle dugout is not happy. What a heads-up play by McGill.
Yeah, definitely. Saw that the guy on first was a couple steps too far off, and Grant McGill knew that it hadn't hit the batter Cutter, and able to quick throw to John and applied the tag with ease, but the ump wasn't sure what to do and kind of called time, and now all 3 umpires are conversing.
Well, Kate, in this situation, I'm really unsure. And they're going to say that Adolph was not tagged out, and all 4 Golden Eagle middle infielders are going after the field umpire, and Drew Stahl pushing Aiden Smith away to keep him in the game, but Stahl having a conversation now. And I would love an explanation as well, because if the pitch didn't hit if the pitch didn't hit Cutter, the tag was applied to Adolph at first, so I don't see why he shouldn't be out. And the Golden Eagles going to have to work through a tough break, and Coach Q is not happy.
Yeah, because right away the home umpire even said it didn't hit him, which is why Grant McGill threw it down the first.
Call makes really no sense to us up here in the booth without the explanation the coaches just got. Both sides very fired up, and the Cherry Creek dugout and fans now making a lot of noise as Cutter's in a 3-1 count, and the Golden Eagles are flirting with disaster. The pitch. Down, and that's a ball. And Cutter taunting Grant McGill as he took first base. Drew Stahl, being the leader that he is, going to call time and head out to the mound, as is Coach Q, and it appears that Ben Cole going to come in and try and get the Golden Eagles out of this mess.
Yeah, very unlucky break here for Mountain Vista.
So Ben Perla, who is 0 for 2, 2 ground outs, grounded into a double play in his first at bat, and grounded out to Drew Stahl in the 4th inning. But we're going to have a pitching change. It's now going to be the junior left-hander Ben Cole, who's going to come in and try and relieve. Cole came in relief last game, the game that the Golden Eagles lost. Didn't have his best outing that day, but nonetheless, we're going to get you some numbers on Cole as soon as we can. Kata's working on that right now.
Yeah, Ben Cole, 3.67 ERA, 2-2 on the year, and 18 appearances to go along with 29 hits allowed, 19 runs, 11 of them being earned, and 20 strikeouts.
So Cole got to keep the Bruins off the scoreboard here. And again, an elimination game, the semifinals, and the Golden Eagles flirting with, again, disaster. So Ben Cole, an interesting story on him last season. Last year, Ben Cole made his first ever varsity start in the first game after the Golden Eagles were eliminated. Lost to the Arapahoe Warriors. It was an elimination game. He pitched against Pine Creek and threw a complete game, kept the Golden Eagles in it, and then threw in the state semifinal game last year and was able to get the Golden Eagles to the state championship game where Jack Lifford threw a complete game, of course, and the Golden Eagles won their first ever state title. Coach Q talking to his infield, signaling to watch for a bunt, and it appears that Griffin Sharon, the junior, going to head down and start to get loose in the bullpen as well.
Yeah, so Ben Cole, like you said, pitched in that Grandview game after Tyler Mejia went 3 2/3, gave up 7 hits and 4 runs, all being earned, and only 3 strikeouts.
So Cole appears to be ready to go, and should be interesting, Cade. Golden Eagles still not happy about that call, but they're going to have to play through it, and Perla is going to dig in. Ben Cole, we'll see what he can do.
Yeah, not someone Vista really wanted to see here. Perla with that .508 batting average, so a huge contact guy in a perfect situation with bases loaded.
Matt Klein and John Zackham working in on the cut of the grass from the corners of the infield, middle infield back, and Drew Stahl, Eden Smith going to try and turn that double play if possible. But a ground ball to Zackham, Klein, or Cole will go back to McGill. With 1 out, the bases are loaded. The first pitch from Ben Cole is taken upstairs. Schroeder running from third, Adolph from second, and Cutter from first.
Yeah, one thing Ben Cole does not want to do here is walk in this run. Make Cherry Creek earn it.
Well, okay, the bottom 2 hitters in the Creek lineup have yet to have a hit, so Cole does have to go right at him, and that pitch is in there for a strike. And Perla not only has gotten out twice, but he's hit 2 ground balls, which is exactly what Ben Cole needs right now. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Cherry Creek out hitting the Golden Eagles 7-4. However, all 3 base runners reached by way of the walk. The pitch. Squares to bunt. He gets it down. And the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles have no answer. And the Cherry Creek Bruins take a 2-1 lead on the safety squeeze laid down perfectly by Ben Perla. And it's going to go down as an RBI bunt single.
Perfectly executed by Perla. Vista was lost there. Didn't see it coming. And there was no play that Grant McGill could make.
So Schroeder comes around to score for the second time in this game, and it's now a 2-1 lead for the Cherry Creek Bruins. And digging in now is Shane Lippett, who's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly out. Aiden Smith going to talk to Ben Cole, both juniors. Smith trying to calm him down a little bit, and the situation does not change for the Golden Eagles. Ben Cole's pitch. Fouled back, and a nice swing there by Lippett.
It's actually, I guess now it's a pinch hitter for Lippett as number 12, Nick Esquivel.
So Esquivel, taps one. Klein going to field it on a big hop. Has to throw to first. No play at the plate. And the Golden Eagles have to sacrifice another run, and it's now 3-1 Cherry Creek.
Yeah, they exchanged an out for a run there. And now a 3-1 lead from Cherry Creek.
Overall, a smart play there by Matt Klein, who realized he had no throw across. It would be a tough play for him there, and the sacrifice RBI ground out by Esquivel is going to get the Cherry Creek Bruins their 3rd run of the day. Cole trying to get out of the inning with only 2 runs allowed. Now has to do so facing the top of the order, Robinson. Robinson is 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a ground out. This is the 7th hitter that's come to the plate for the Bruins in this inning. He takes a strike on the outside corner. Left-handed batter on left-handed pitcher. Favors Ben Cole. The pitch. And falling down at second base, but Grant McGill didn't see it. Running from second base and falling over was Ben Perla. And Grant McGill easily could have thrown him out at second, but he didn't see that he fell down. So tough break after tough break this inning for the Golden Eagles, and it's 2-1. This ball's cued off the end of the bat. Klein going to have to make another nice play. Throws across his body. Not in time, and the Cherry Creek Bruins score their third run of the inning. And a throw across by John Zackham retires. I believe Perla was gunned down at third, and both benches exchanging words right now. Both coaches having to get in the middle of players. Aiden Smith and some pushing and shoving going on in the Mountain Vista bench. And I don't know what's going on over there. It appeared Clay Burke and Nick Engelhard got into it. Drew Stahl and Aiden Smith very fired up. And the Golden Eagle dugout needs to remain composed. It appears that the fact that the Bruins now lead 4-1 is impacting them greatly.
Yeah, it looked like Drew Stahl and, forgive me, whoever was on third base there got backpicked. They kind of were bumping chests, and both coaches came out and separated them. But now Drew Stahl is very fired up as he'll lead off this inning.
Well, Drew Stahl, a very passionate player, as we know. We've seen him play all year. He's a great player and really very passionate about the game of baseball. And I think that's all that is right there, is both teams showing a lot of passion. It appears that Cherry Creek has kind of been jawing at Mountain Vista all day, particularly some players more than others. But Mountain Vista appeared to get into it there with even their own teammates. It appeared Burke and Engelhard got into it a little bit. So we'll see what the Golden Eagles can do here in the home half of the sixth inning. They're running out of time in an elimination game, and they only have 6 outs to work with, so they got to score at least a couple runs here.
Yeah, and Lipsy's been hard for them to score on. And after the first inning, they haven't really gone anywhere with it. And that's where that double play in the first inning when they had bases loaded kind of hurts you, where they could have scored more runs, and now they're down 3.
Definitely 12 straight batters retired by Livesey, and he's going to face the top of the order. Drew Stahl, Grant McGill, Sam Ireland. Stahl 1 for 2 with a single and a fly out. He was caught stealing in the third inning, got picked off of first by Livesey. And Drew Stahl going to see what he can do leading off the sixth. A lot of noise over there from the Cherry Creek side and some by the Golden Eagle side. Pitch catches the corner for a strike. As we said, Stahl's homered in 3 of the 4 games that have been played by the Golden Eagles in the postseason so far. He takes low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch. Tapped, foul. Big swing there by Stahl. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, I mean, the Golden Eagles can't hit a 3-run home run with nobody on base, so Drew Stahl needs to just get on base here for the Golden Eagles and start somewhere. The pitch. Fouled off. Tough pitch there. Nice battle by Drew Stahl, able to foul that pitch off. Good off speed there by Livesey. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Drew Stahl goes down on strikes. And Drew Stahl is going to, Drew Stahl was out at the plate. He ran down to first as though it was a drop third strike, but home plate umpire signaling that didn't matter. Drew Stahl strikes out swinging, and that is the 13th straight batter retired by Livesey. He is cruising.
And that's not what Mountain Vista wants right now. They need to get something going, no matter how that is, how they get on.
The Golden Eagle hitters and dugout appear to be on their heels right now. McGill grounds one into the hole. Moving over to his right as Martinez makes a strong throw across the diamond in time for the second out of the inning. Make it 14 straight for Livesey. Ireland coming up now, 1 for 2. Golden Eagles need some production from this part of the lineup right now, and they're going to have to do it with 2 outs and nobody on, and Sam Ireland at the plate. The pitch. Big swing from Sam Ireland, and it goes foul down the right field line. The 0-1 delivery. Grounded On a big hop to Martinez at short. Throws to first. 15 straight batters retired by Nolan Livesey, and that Cherry Creek dugout is fired up.
Yeah, now Cherry Creek would like to add some insurance runs before it goes to the top of the bottom of the 7th, as Ben Cole will stay out there for Mountain Vista.
Well, Cates, it only took 7 pitches for Livesey to get out of that inning, making his total in the 5th and 6th inning 13 pitches in 2 innings. He is
Wow.
dominating. So the Golden Eagles in panic mode right now. However, the Golden Eagles, as we said earlier, never feel they're out of control of games. As we've talked to so many players and talked to Coach Q a lot this year, they feel as though they're always in a good spot with their lineup top to bottom. However, they're going to have to score at least 3 runs should the Creek Bruins not tack on some more here in the home half of the 7th. So 4-1 here. 6 innings have been played. It is, as I just said, 4-1 Cherry Creek. They've out-hit the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles 9-4. Okay, that's a great point, as you said earlier, that the first inning Golden Eagles left him loaded, and that really hurt him. Bryce Martinez, who's made so many plays in the field today, is 3 for 3 at the plate as well. 2 doubles and a single. Gets his 4th at-bat of the game. And he's going to square to bunt. He gets it down, but it's foul, Goes just right at that first base foul line. The 0-1 pitch. Popped up and out foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Ben Cole ahead early in the count. And this is not a good sight. Drew Stahl ran down the left field line to try and make a play on the foul ball, as it wasn't out of play yet. And he ran into the fence fairly hard, and he is still down. He is face down on the dirt down there down the left field line. We can't really see, but Coach Q and Golden Eagle trainer Joe Eckhoff, the athletic trainer for the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles, is down there with Drew. Drew rolls over onto his back. And each and every Golden Eagle player other than Clay Burke is over down that left field line checking on Drew Stahl. What a key player Drew has been for this Golden Eagle team.
Yeah, great hustle, though, by Drew Stahl. All the way down by that fence in left field and made a long run and unable to make it and ran straight into that fence, like you said.
Scary moment here at All City Stadium. We're holding our breaths, hoping Drew Stahl is all right. You know, despite the intensity of the competition, you never want to see any players get hurt like this. And Stahl's up on his feet. We're going to see if they keep him in the game. He's rubbing his face off, potentially some sweat or blood. Gets a pat on the butt, and he is heading back out to shortstop. Wow. What a gritty player Drew Stahl is at shortstop for the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles, and what a leader and captain he's been for them this year.
Yeah, he was not going to come out of this game no matter what.
Well, after that short delay, Bryce Martinez still at the dish, 0-2 count, and maybe that is what the Golden Eagles needed to see their leader and Drew Stahl, their shortstop, head back out on the field after a tough injury. And ironically, the ball has hit right to Stahl, and he is going to make the play. And that looks to be what the Golden Eagles maybe needed. Maybe that could give them a little bit of a boost as Drew Stahl makes the play after having to be checked on and nearly having to exit this game. Sharon still up and throwing in the pen for the Golden Eagles. Likely just in case Cole gets into some trouble. It's Jack Moss, who's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. They're going to put a little bit of a shift on him in the infield, and the first pitch goes wide. Drew Stahl playing near where Aiden Smith, the second baseman, would play in a double play situation. A little bit left of the second base bag from Drew Stahl's perspective. from our point of view in the box, he is to the right of the bag. It's 2-0 now to Moss, but Aiden Smith playing deep into the outfield and Burke near the wall. The pitch swung on and missed, and it's 2-1. So the entire left side of the infield left up to third baseman Matt Klein. He is well to his left of the third base bag. And Zackham playing deep at first. Cole's 2-1 is not in there, 3-1. And with a power hitter like Moss, you got to be careful in a count like this.
Yeah, exactly. 13 doubles, which leads this Cherry Creek.
Now full. Long run for Aragon, but the ball went foul.
In other action across the state in 3A baseball. In the bottom of the fourth, Resurrection Christian 5 and Lutheran 2. In 4A action, it's now tied in the fifth, 5-5, Silver Creek.
So a full count with one out and nobody on base. Jack Moss, the third baseman, the hitter. The pitch from Cole, grounded. Zackham makes the play. He's going to have to flip to Cole, who can't get to the base, and he does get to the bag in time. A very close play, and the Cherry Creek dugout is not happy, and the coach is waving his team back into the dugout. A very close play at first base, but Ben Cole able to get over to the bag in time to make the play. And there are now 2 outs and nobody on. Sam Schroeder, who is 1 for 2 with a walk. He has scored 2 runs here for the Bruins. And he lines one to right center field. This ball's going to get down and head to the warning track. Burke cuts it off before it gets to the wall. He's going to throw it in, but it's not going to be in time. Sam Schroeder with a 2-out double.
So Sam Schroeder, another base hit, or an extra base hit here. Now has 3 hits on the day. As Will Mitchell now steps into bat.
Nathan Mitchell here. That was the 10th hit of the day for the Cherry Creek Bruins. Out hit the Golden Eagles 10-4. And Cole's pitch to Mitchell is wide for a ball. Well, if you're Ben Cole, you have to leave him stranded at second. You got to give your team a chance and can't allow another run here. Got to close the door. The 1-0 pitch in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike now.
You know, Mitchell looking for his first hit of the day.
And the pitch from Cole fouls it back, 1-2. Well, the Raiders have arrived, the Regis Raiders, who earned their spot in the state championship game. Waiting to see the outcome of this one. It's 4-1 Cherry Creek here in the top of the 7th inning. Top of the 7th inning. 6 innings have been played. 6 and nearly 6.5. And the pitch popped up. Foul territory, but it looks like McGill's going to have room. He tosses the mask away and can't make the catch. And the Cherry Creek dugout letting him hear it over there. Tough play for McGill anyway, but just unable to make the play.
Yeah, tough break for Vista. And Will Mitchell gets a second chance. And not something you want to have happen. The Vista is you're already down 4-1 and have a guy on second.
Pitch inside, 2 balls, 2 strikes now. So the 2-2, grounded, Stahl moving to his right, scoops it up, throws across the diamond in time, and that ends the top of the 7th inning. So the Golden Eagles score 3 runs, so their season will be over. Nice job by Ben Cole, able to limit actually not allow a run, no damage done in the top of the 7th. It's going to be 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles. It's going to be John Zach and Clay Burke and Alessandro Aragon, and the Golden Eagles are going to have to score 3 runs here or their season will come to a close.
Yeah, Vista just needs base runners here. Don't try and overdo it.
Well, Cade, as we've said so many times, Nolan Livesey, what a job he's done on the mound for the Cherry Creek Bruins, just giving his team a chance, kept him in it, has retired 15 consecutive Golden Eagle hitters, escaped a bases loaded, one-out jam, and only allowed 1 run in the first. And that's really the only opportunities the Golden Eagles have had, and that's what really stands out, just the fact that Mountain Vista did have that opportunity in the first and wasn't able to capitalize, but Zach Hoff, the center fielder, comes out and pats John Zackham on the chest, gives him a few words of encouragement as he heads out and will lead off the 7th inning. And this is a spot we haven't seen the Golden Eagles in this season, going into the last inning down. And it's going to be very interesting to see what they do here, how they react. Such a powerhouse team, and ranked number 1 in the state of Colorado, Regis Jesuit 2, Cherry Creek Bruins 6. But those are the 3 teams remaining here in the state tournament. And in the last half inning of baseball, we'll see who's going to go to take on those Raiders. So it'll be the big senior, John Zackham.
And a good hitter to have up to lead this bottom of the 7th inning.
Leading now for the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles, the first baseman, number 24, John Zackham.
Zackham been a huge player in the postseason last year and this year, and the first pitch to him is taken for a ball.
Yeah, we'll see if Vista takes till they get a strike here.
Often a strategy a lot of schools use, a lot of teams use if they're down in the last inning. The 1-0 pitch. Zackham takes, and it's 2-0. And his count now. The big righty and a fastball count. Takes one in there for a strike, taking all the way. Nobody out. Leadoff hitter up. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Down low, 3-1, and Zackham is now in the count that he wants to be in against Livesey. Nobody up and throwing. Excuse me, there is somebody up and throwing in the Cherry Creek bullpen. We can't see who it is from here. We'll get that to you as soon as we can. And Zackham's 3-1 is popped up in foul territory down the right field line, and it's going to fall. John Zackham stays alive, and it's now a full count. Nice break there for the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, right fielder, second baseman, first baseman, all unable to get there in time as it falls between all 3 of them.
Three balls and 2 strikes to Zackham. Livesey set. Hasn't been in the stretch since the first inning. The pitch. And a high fly ball. Center field. Robinson puts it away with ease.
Now Vista down to their final 2 outs.
Clay Burke down, as you said, Kate, to their last 2 outs, and they're going to have their 5-hole hitter, Clay Burke, up, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. He walked in the first and grounded out in the 4th. Looking to get something started for the Golden Eagles. Pitch is in there for strike 1, and it's 0-1. The pitch. Fouled back, and it's 0-2. Burke in an 0-2 hole. Okay, not much we can say up here. Just trying to watch and see what the Golden Eagles can do. Clay Burke steps out, calls time. He now digs back in. And the 0-2 pitch. Can't catch the corner. Cherry Creek wanted the call, but the pitch was outside, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, well placed, though, by Livesey.
And the 1-2 delivery by Livesey. Swung on and missed, made Burke look silly. And the Cherry Creek Bruins are 1 out away from advancing to the state championship game. That's 17 straight set down there by Livesey, and Golden Eagles are down to their last out. The Regis Raiders heading over to the Golden Eagle dugout to take over. That's a message that needs no words. The Regis Raiders feels this game is over. They're getting ready to take the dugout of the Golden Eagles. Snowballs and 1 strike to Alessandro Aragon, the pitch. Down low, 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch. Outside for a ball, 2-1. Aragon now ahead in the count. He's 0 for 2, grounded into a double play in the first and grounded out in the fourth. The 2-1. Popped up, and this could do it. Foul territory, moving over toward the fence, running out of room and hitting the top of the fence, and the Golden Eagles still have life. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nolan Livesey, who has been absolutely dominant, is 1 strike away from taking down these Mountain Vista Golden Eagles, who are 26-3 and only have lost 1 game in the state of Colorado this season. Livesey set, the wind-up. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Tapped foul. Aragon stays alive. Very quiet over there on that Golden Eagles side. They know the mountain that they have to climb in order to come back into this game. And the 2-2 pitch in the dirt, 3-2. Alessandro able to lay off. Nobody throwing now in the Creek bullpen, likely up and ready, whoever that was. Again, we'll get that to you as soon as we can. But it's Aragon right now in a full count. The 3-2 lined up the middle, and the Golden Eagles are going to have another batter come to the plate. What an at-bat by Alessandro Aragon with a game on the line.
Yeah, great at-bat. I probably felt all the nerves knowing that they're only 1 out away, and he was 1 strike away from being eliminated. And we'll see Cherry Creek now with a timeout on the field.
Golden Eagles will have to bring at least we'll have to put at least 1 more runner on base in order to bring the tying run to the plate. And Matt Klein is going to dig in for his 3rd at-bat, 0 for 2, 2 ground outs, both to Martinez at short. Aragon running from first. Matt Klein digs in for his 3rd look at Livesey with a game on the line. The pitch taken wide for a ball. Golden Eagles still showing fight. Aiden Smith, the junior, on deck. The pitch taken wide, 2-0.
Yeah, and if Matt Klein gets on here, makes this game a little more interesting.
2 balls, no strikes. The pitch to Klein, taking all the way, and it is in the dirt, and it's 3-0. Livesey starting to show signs of fatigue for the first time in this game.
Yeah, and Matt Klein will, I'm sure, take here.
I would have to agree with you, Cade. The 3-0. Taken for a strike. Klein headed toward first base, but it was called a strike. So he heads back and digs in a 3-1 count. Again, we apologize for the lack of video in our broadcast, but we're doing our best, and Cade and I will continue to give you the radio broadcast. The pitch in there, and it's a full count. 3-2, 2 outs. Alessandro Aragon will be moving on the pitch. Got to make sure that he goes to the plate, though. Cannot get picked off in this situation. No hold at first base from Moss. Here it is. Livesey's 3-2 pitch is in there for strike 3. And the Cherry Creek Bruins have defeated the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles in the state semifinal game. And that's going to do it. That is the Golden Eagles season. a heartbreaking loss for the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles, and Matt Klein goes down looking on a pitch that caught the outside corner by Nolan Livesey. And the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles season ends at 26-4 as they fall in the state semifinal game to the Cherry Creek Bruins, who will go on to play the Regis Jesuit Raiders. And before we go, Cade, this will be you and I's last broadcast as we have also graduated, but we want to take a minute to thank and congratulate the seniors of the Mountain Vista baseball team for what a ride they've had here as baseball players, winning the state title, most of them returners from last season, and what a season they had this year.
Yeah,
a lot of
great
fun to
season.
watch. Sorry to cut you off, Cade. A lot of fun to watch, but we just want to congratulate them and all they've accomplished.
Yep. Great season, like you said. Cherry Creek just got the better of them this game, and should be a good championship game, Creek versus Regis. Curious to see how that pans out, but nonetheless, like you said, great season by Vista.
Well, Kate, I don't think there's much more for us to say here up in the booth. Signing off for the last time, it's Hunter Worley alongside Kate and Clario. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next season.